Hello everybody, today we will have a review of the Liebherr 435-13 telehandler made by Ross in a 1/50th scale. There isn't really many telehandlers out there on the market, so really you don't have much of a choice. You do have the Komatsu WA 613, but it's not really a good model. I've heard and seen myself. It's not a good model. So anyways, this is a good model, a representation by Ross. It's nice to see a Liebherr telehandler actually out in the market, and yeah. So I'll give my final thoughts and opinions and ratings at the end, and I also have a little bit to say at the end as well. So, anyways, moving up to the front, you do have a functioning quick coupler. I do have the forks on it, as you could tell. It's actually a pain to get the quick coupler to work. But anyways, there you can see it's just two little pegs on each side, 4 in total. They have to clip on, which is kind of difficult. And it comes with a bucket, which is actually all plastic, very much unfortunately. Adjust that. But it is all plastic, unfortunately. The forks are mostly plastic. The coupler part is, or excuse me, it is not metal. I thought it was. And that little bar there is actually metal, which you can adjust the forks, which I will show you. It's kind of difficult to show. But anyways, yeah, you can adjust them. You can move them up and all that. One nice thing is that they included a little pallet. So, that's very nice of them to add. I'm going to leave it off for the rest. This part here is metal, which is actually pretty nice. Going on to this side, you got hydro lines running to it, which is nice. It's nice that the little rivet there is painted. And also on the front, you do have a nice little warning decal. I'm going to move this up a bit. Your outriggers, they do come down. And as you can see, the cylinder doesn't really want to hold. And one nice thing is that you can actually, it's hard to tell, but you can actually move the outriggers. It is on a nice little cylinder at the bottom here, as you can see. And that can move. I just punched the cylinder in too, which is not something I devise. Quick little fix. Unbelievable that this happens. Alright, I'm just going to try to get it to move out of the way. These cylinders are very easy to punch in, as you can see right here. So all I have to do is pull this out. And I'll fix it after the review. Or it just fixes itself right now. The one thing I do not like is that the pads themselves are very hard to adjust when the model is on its outriggers. Anyways, here on the front, you have 2 lights, and on this side you do have a mirror, which is just painted, interestingly enough. You do have a nice little red canister in here. And one nice thing about the front wheel steering, it's actually all wheel steering, but in the front particular, the fenders do steer with it, which is very nice. And it has some nice detail underneath. There's a drive shaft, and then there's the movement cylinder for the outriggers. The hubs inside, they are plastic, but it's nice to see that it's rubber. The cab is completely plastic, except for maybe 1 or 2 parts. But it does have nice detailing, something you'd expect from Universal Hobbies for sure. I'm pretty sure one thing you guys are all noticing is the beacon on top, which is a nice addition. You got really nice down to scale work lights, and on top you do have a windshield wiper. Here you have a mirror and another windshield wiper here. And on here you got some pretty nice printing onto the plastic. And there you can see the door handle and hinges. Going back here, these fenders are plastic, and again the hub is plastic. This piece here is actually metal. I was gonna say that everything you see in gray is plastic, but it's not. On this side, you also have a step up. Some more reflectors here, which is actually pretty nice. And on the back, let me focus it real quick. Okay. Here you can see you have a hitch, warning decal again, and some work light or rear lights, backup lights, some reflectors, and it has some bolt detail, which is pretty nice as well. Over here you do have a grill or a vent, and you have another one up top. Here you have a handle, which is also a small plastic piece. There's some more warning decals, and then the model of the machine. model, I mean like the specific type. Hopefully you guys know what I mean. Up here you have a very thin, it almost looks out of scale exhaust. Maybe it is, but I don't know. But anyways, to the movement, you already know about the outriggers and the four-wheel function. It does do a good job, I will admit. It has a good steering radius. Now to the main function of it. Now, unfortunately, these two cylinders here are not stiff enough to hold it. They are actually metal, and the rivets are painted, as you can see. So I'm going to do my best here, and there you can see that's the maximum reach of it. And this piece here does move, as you can tell. So moving back down, they do actually have some hydraulic line detail, which is actually pretty nice of them to add. And you have some bolt detail around the rivets over here. I'm sorry if you could not see that, but you do have some bolt detail on this side at least. Really, that's just about it. Oh yeah, there's a roof aerial there, of course, in plastic. I'd say they did a pretty decent job on this. Really, I wouldn't give it a 10 for sure because of the plastic on it, the amount on it. There's quite a bit of plastic. I'm just going to keep it